That gallon of milk sitting in your refrigerator right now, you trust it. You give it to your children every single day. You pour it on their cereal. You put it in their school lunches. You believe it is wholesome and nutritious. But what if I told you that American milk is different from milk in almost every other developed country? What if I told you that American milk contains hormones that are banned in Europe, Canada, Australia, Japan, and New Zealand? What if I told you that some of the biggest milk brands in America have been hiding disturbing truths for decades? I have spent weeks investigating the American dairy industry. I have read scientific studies. I have examined FDA regulations. I have compared American milk to milk from other countries. And what I discovered will shock you. In the next 14 minutes, I am going to reveal 8 specific American milk brands that you should think very carefully about before buying. I am going to name every brand. I am going to show you exactly what is in their milk. And I am going to tell you what you should be drinking instead. Stay until the very end, because brand number 1 is in almost every American refrigerator. And the truth about it will change how you see milk forever. But first, let me explain what is happening with American milk that makes it so different from milk in other countries. Because once you understand this, you will never look at the dairy aisle the same way again. In 1993, the FDA approved a genetically engineered hormone called recombinant bovine growth hormone. It is also known as rBGH or RBT. This hormone is injected into dairy cows to make them produce more milk. A lot more milk. Up to 15% more for dairy corporations. This means more profit. More milk per cow means more money. Stunned, but here is the problem. This hormone is banned in the European Union. It is banned in Canada. It is banned in Australia. It is banned in Japan. It is banned in New Zealand. It is banned in virtually every other developed nation on Earth. Why did all these countries ban it? Because of health concerns. Cows treated with rBGH produce milk with higher levels of another hormone called IGF-E. That stands for insulin mice. Like growth factor E, multiple studies have linked elevated IGF-E levels to increased risk of breast cancer, prostate cancer, and colon cancer. Bin cows treated with rBGH also suffer more infections. Specifically, they get more mastitis, which is an infection of the udder. To treat these infections, farmers use more antibiotics. This means traces of antibiotics can end up in the milk. And here is something that will disturb you. Mastitis causes pus to leak into the milk. The FDA allows a certain amount of somatic cells, which is the scientific term for pus cells, in milk. American milk can legally contain up to 750,000 somatic cells per milliliter. So when you drink conventional American milk, you could be getting artificial hormones, elevated IGF-E, antibiotic residues, and higher levels of pus cells. All of this is perfectly legal in America. All of this is banned or restricted in other developed countries. Now let me be clear, not all American milk is the same. Some brands have pledged not to use rBGH. Some brands are certified organic, which prohibits synthetic hormones. But many of the biggest, cheapest, most widely available milk brands in America have never made these commitments. Let us get into the list. 8 American milk brands you should never buy. Number 8. Great Value Milk. Great Value is Walmart's store brand. It is the cheapest milk option for millions of American families. When you are trying to feed a family on a tight budget, that low price looks very attractive. But let me tell you what you are actually buying. Walmart's Great Value Milk comes from multiple dairy suppliers across the country. Walmart does not require its suppliers to avoid rBGH. The company has made no public commitment to sourcing only hormone-free milk. This means the milk you buy could come from cows treated with artificial growth hormones. You have no way of knowing. The label does not tell you. You have no way of knowing. The label does not tell you. Walmart does not tell you. Great Value Milk is ultra-pasteurized at very high temperatures. This extends shelf life significantly, which is good for Walmart's logistics. But some nutritionists argue that ultra-high temperature pasteurization destroys more beneficial enzymes and proteins than standard pasteurization. The cows producing this milk are typically raised in large-scale industrial operations. They are often kept in confined conditions. They are fed grain-based diets rather than grass. Grain-fed cows produce milk with a different nutritional profile than grass-fed cows. Lower omega-6 fatty acids, lower conjugated linoleic acid, lower vitamin content. Hence, for the price you pay, you are getting industrial milk from cows of unknown origin, potentially treated with hormones banned in most developed countries. Number 7. Hiland Dairy Milk. Hiland Dairy is a regional brand popular in the Midwest and South. They market themselves as a local dairy company, bringing farm-fresh milk to your table. But look closer at what Hiland actually offers. Hiland Dairy has not made a company-wide commitment to eliminating rBGH from their milk supply. While they offer some specialty products, their conventional milk lines do not carry a no artificial hormones label. Hiland sources milk from numerous farms across their operating region. Quality control varies. Some farms may use hormones. Some may not. As a consumer, you have no way of knowing what you are getting. Their conventional milk is priced as a budget option, competing with store brands. When milk is priced that low, corners are being cut somewhere. Usually that means sourcing from the cheapest possible suppliers who often use every legal method to maximize production, including artificial hormone. Hiland also uses conventional dairy farming practices. The cows are typically confined. They eat grain-based feed. They receive antibiotics when sick, sometimes preventatively. All of this affects the quality of the milk you drink. Number 6. Borden Dairy Milk. Borden is one of the oldest dairy brands in America. Elsie the cow is one of the most famous advertising mascots in history. The company has been around since 1857. That heritage suggests quality and tradition. But modern Borden milk is far from traditional, but Borden filed for bankruptcy in 2020. The company has changed hands multiple times, cost-cutting has been a priority, quality has suffered. Borden does not have a blanket commitment against rBGH across all their products. While some of their milk may come from hormone-free sources, their conventional lines do not guarantee it. The company sources milk from industrial dairy operations focused on volume and efficiency. These are not small family farms with cows grazing on green pastures. These are large-scale facilities designed to extract maximum milk production at minimum cost. Borden milk is often ultra-pasteurized for extended shelf life. This is convenient for distribution but may reduce nutritional quality. You are paying for a brand name from 1857. You are getting industrial milk from 2023. Number 5. Kemps Milk. Kemps is a popular dairy brand in the upper Midwest. They market heavily on being a regional favorite with a long history. But here is what Kemps does not tell you. Kemps has made some commitments to removing artificial hormones from certain product lines. However, not all Kemps products are guaranteed rBGH-free. You need to read labels carefully. The bigger issue is their sourcing practices. Kemps sources from conventional dairy farms that use standard industrial practices. Confined feeding operations, grain-based diets, routine antibiotic use. Kemps milk competes on price with store brands. That price pressure means sourcing from the lowest-cost suppliers. Lowest cost usually means largest scale operations with the most intensive practices. If you are buying Kemps thinking you are supporting local family farms, think again. You are likely buying milk from industrial operations that happen to be located in your region. Number 4. Prairie Farms Milk. Prairie Farms is a dairy cooperative with operation across the Midwest and South. They are one of the largest dairy cooperatives in America. Size is not always a good thing when it comes to milk quality. Prairie Farm sources from over 700 dairy farm families. That sounds impressive. But with that many sources, quality control becomes very difficult. Standards vary from farm to farm. Prairie Farms has not eliminated rBGH across their entire supply chain. Some of their farms may use it. Some may not. The consumer has no way to know which milk they are getting. Mendy, as a large cooperative focused on volume, Prairie Farms prioritizes efficiency and low cost. This means standard industrial dairy practices. Confinement operations, grain feeding, antibiotic use, their milk is widely distributed and competitively priced. That low price comes at a cost. The cost is uncertainty about what is actually in your milk. Number 3. Lucerne milk. Lucerne is Safeway's store brand milk. It is sold across Albertsons and Safeway stores nationwide. Millions of Americans buy it every week. Here is what those millions of Americans do not know. Lucerne has not made a comprehensive commitment to eliminating artificial hormones from their milk supply. While they may source some hormone-free milk, their conventional products do not guarantee it. Lucerne milk comes from large-scale industrial dairy operations. These operations maximize production through intensive farming practices. Cows are confined. They eat grain-based feed. They may receive hormones and antibiotics. Safeway's priority is low prices to compete with Walmart and other discount retailers. That price pressure is passed down to dairy suppliers. Suppliers cut costs wherever they can. Often that means using every legal tool to increase production, including rBGH. Lucerne milk is ultra-pasteurized for extended shelf life, good for the supermarket's bottom line, questionable for your nutrition. When you buy Lucerne, you are buying the cheapest possible milk Safeway can source. You get what you pay for. Number 2. Fairlife Milk. This might surprise you. Fairlife positions itself as a premium milk brand. Higher protein, less sugar. Filtered for purity, celebrity endorsements, premium prices, but Fairlife has a dark secret that most consumers do not know. Fairlife is owned by Coca-Cola, yes, the soda company. Coca-Cola bought into Fairlife because of its high profit margins, not because of a commitment to dairy quality. In 2019, undercover video footage from Fair Oaks Farms, one of Fairlife's major suppliers, showed horrific animal abuse. Workers were filmed kicking, beating, and throwing calves. The footage went viral. Multiple workers were charged with animal cruelty. Fairlife claimed they did not know this was happening, but Fair Oaks Farms was not some random supplier. It was a flagship farm that Fairlife used in their marketing. They gave tours there. They made promotional videos there. If that is what was happening at their showcase farm, what is happening at farms they do not show to the public? Fairlife suspended Fair Oaks Farms as a supplier after the scandal. But the incident revealed a fundamental disconnect between Fairlife's premium marketing and the reality of their supply chain. Fairlife's ultrafiltration process is marketed as innovative, but it is really about extending shelf life and increasing profit margins. The milk is heated, filtered, and processed far more than regular milk. You pay premium prices for Fairlife. You are not getting premium ethics. Number 1. Dean Foods Milk and DairyPure. And here we are at the worst offender on my list. Dean Foods was the largest dairy company in America. They produced milk under numerous brand names including DairyPure, Meadow Gold, Oak Farms, True Moo, and many more. Their products are in supermarkets nationwide, but Dean Foods has a troubled history that consumers should know about. In 2019, Dean Foods filed for bankruptcy. The company was drowning in debt and losing market share. In 2020, Dairy Farmers of America acquired most of Dean Foods' assets. Why does bankruptcy matter for milk quality? Because a company struggling financially cuts costs everywhere it can. Supplier standards slip. Quality control suffers. The cheapest possible milk from the cheapest possible sources becomes the priority. Dean Foods and DairyPure have never made a comprehensive commitment against rBGH. Their conventional milk products may come from cows treated with artificial hormones. You have no way of knowing. DairyPure markets itself as pure milk. They trademarked the phrase DairyPure. But what does pure actually mean? DOND, it means they meet the minimum legal standards. That is it. Minimum legal standards in America still allow rBGH, still allow 750,000 somatic cells per milliliter, still allow antibiotic residues. DOND pure by American standards is not pure by European standards. It is not pure by Canadian standards. It is not pure by Australian standards.